Hello? Are we live? Hey, we're live. Hey, we're live. What's going on? Welcome to Chuck 4 Options with the 4, the number 4. Of course, you know that because you're here. But anyway, it's October 23rd, 2025. What a day yesterday was. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I got off. I don't know why I stopped streaming. Because although I stopped streaming, like I'm still on. Like I'm still present. I still had contracts that I was, just like letting hang and going till tomorrow and everything. And then I turned the stream off, then like 20 minutes later, all this stuff started happening. Oh my goodness. L- Like I did well right there, but then the little scraps that I had wasn't scraps. It wasn't scraps like at all, so that was a minor miss. And then the other day I said you don't cry when taking profits. Well, with my BYND calls, yeah, I definitely cried. A little bit. Yesterday. Because that thing took off. I sold my contracts like way too early in the morning, and wow, I did extremely well, but wow, you know. But then I did write it down. Going the other way too. Yesterday market open immediately opened up some puts on BYND. So we're gonna see where BYND is today. We're gonna keep a close eye on it because that thing kind of hit everyone by storm, hit the market by storm yesterday. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. 288 going back up. It hit a low of I think 221. But I don't know. It can still be early. Either way, but those halts aren't good at all. All right, it's 917. All right, let's go over the notes from yesterday. These are yesterday notes. Today's the 23rd. These are the 22nd notes. You see Wednesday, W, top left. We were looking at BYND. That was our event for the day that we wanted to keep an eye on. We didn't have any like economic uh, uh, data points or anything coming out. Except for Trump. Yesterday pre-market, we had a high of 672, and then we pretty much fell from there. We had a low of 670, right? No, 663. What is that number? I know, right? 663. Let's be precise because we like precision. 30. Precision, that was a whole $7 off. All right. Let's take you back. Put you back in your little area. All right, we hit a high 672. That was flat. That was quite impressive because that was flat. No, I was right. I was right. I got confused. This was right. 670, 76. This is low 663.30. All right, boom, fixed. Ooh, minor confusion right there. That sucks. 667. 8. That's what we close at. Ugh. Here goes our watch contracts. Of course, um the puts put, the puts put, the puts put. Here's our pretty much the time breakdown of everything that was going down. We had some chop up until 946, going down high day 971, 10. Then we hit that 10 o'clock reverse. All right, so we do want to. We have a data point at 10 o'clock. Actually, we have a 10 a.m. data point actually today. Let me write this down here so when I go to transfer it over there, at least it'll be somewhere in front of me. All right, we have 10 minutes of rev down, 11 structure change, going down. So that was a lot of choppiness. That's just choppiness right there. And then I think Trump ended that. So let's grab. All right. Let's update our notes. Today is Thursday, the 23rd. So if you're new to the stream, I have a journal. I take a journal. I do a physical journal, and I have a journal online that I share with you guys. Now, it is pretty much a copy paste, but in my physical journal, I'm able to write more intimate notes throughout the day, more trade ideas and things like that. I can't necessarily put them out here, but if you're in chat, just tell me that you're here, and I can, share those things with you. So, you can follow my trades, or you can just see what I'm doing to see and understand how I do it, because it is important to have a plan. If you trade without a plan, then you are planning to fail. All right, we have this is my event section right here. We have Trump at 3, at 3. And I'm also going to put the 10 a.m. data. We have 10 a.m. data. The reason why we want to look for that 10 a.m. data, that 10 a.m., is because that could be a change in market structure right there. So we want to look for that. That could be a trade that we can jump on. So I don't necessarily like looking at multiple tickers, okay? But I also don't like missing out on opportunity. So if there's a lull moment, or if there's a time when I'm able to maybe switch between things, I definitely want to be able to do that. I want to be flexible. Um, and I want to see what's going on. I want to add IWM. Where can I? Hmm. What am I doing? Oh, right here. I was in the wrong spot. So then I can put them everywhere. So now we can take we can keep an eye out on IWM as well, because IWM is important. I don't want that to be that. All right. We are still within this box range. We're like in the middle of it, actually. Wait, 667. We are on the top end of it. Top end of it still. So that's a big big deal. Make sure we're not messing up our things. You see, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So I have all the days right here. So if anyone ever want to ask or question if I know like what I've been doing, or they want to see some other data points, or it's always there. Just give me the date, of like the last 3 months, and I can take you to it. What time is it? 25. All right, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll turn that on. No, we want that. We'll keep that, because that 11 o'clock is important. That 10 o'clock is also important. As you can see, multiple time frames all the time. So same thing with the, over there too. But I mean, it's, we want to keep all that stuff. What time is it? 26. What do I want to do? Am I comfortable? Am I comfortable? All right, let me take a bite of my sandwich. Make sure I have my notes down, my contracts. I'm going to wait to enter my contracts. I like to, see that people are participating and not just, just taking my notes. I do give my notes out free. I do put all my notes out, but I do notice that people come in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out looking for the notes. So, you can tap me, you can tap me and mute me, but just don't, like if you talk, fuck with me, fuck with your boy, holla at your boy, say what's up, in chat, so I can know that you mess with me. Because when I know you mess with me, then it's like bet, like, hey, you want to know my intimate notes too, like, because you have your daily notes, but then you gotta have your trading notes, your candles. Maybe you taking notes on your entries, MACDs, gap rules, uh, so much stuff. There's so much stuff, So you definitely want to have your notes organized, because when you have your notes in a good place, um, it's actually very conducive for you, because you have a very strong data point that you can always go to. That's why I like to have the physical notes, because when they're physical, I don't think I'm going to leave. I don't have enough time. Because when they're physical, it looks like the market is turning green. Yeah, market's turning green. Pre-market, uh, pre-market, we hit a low of 666.25, and we hit a high. I thought that was a high of 669. That's what I seen earlier. Tesla's dropping like a rock. All right, 669.26. Yeah, pre-market high of that. Yeah, so we are going up pre-market with the SPY. Yep. Okay, so my levels are correct. 66.25 was the low. 669.26 was the high. We are going green. So we're gonna look for that pivot, and we want to also update our contracts too. When that happens, 9:28. It is a bit chilly. We have 1 minute. That was my 1 minute timer. All right. We're about to ding ding. Good luck, guys. Have your charts up. Be ready. Be nimble. Get ready for headline news. Get ready for Trump. Don't get trumped. Don't get trumped. Ding ding, baby. All right, good luck, everyone. I have some contracts that I wrote yesterday coming into today that a lot of them is doing really, really good. All right, these are good. We're going to let them go. Where is SPY? Boop. All right, let's bring this puppy open. We're on the one all around. BND's at 3 and change. Tessie 419. We're going to keep an eye on Tessie. We want to see the VIX. We want the VIX. UVIX. Here's the UVIX. All right. We're not going to really do too much. I'm not really looking to shop right now. I'm not really looking for anything too much right now. There's a couple things I am looking to manage, but there's nothing really big right there to manage right there. What is this? Beyond. All right, Beyond open below, but Beyond isn't going to trade as technical as everything as like the SPY, you know. So you don't really want to try and put technicals to SPY. I mean to Beyond too much. All right, it looks like SPY is deciding to go north. All right, let's get an update. QQQ going north, IWM north, gold north. Ooh, with a little spike right there. Stocks are going up. Nvda. We're moving up on Nvda. SPXL, good. Hood going up. Yeah. The hood's going up. 128 going towards 130. SoFi. Gold. AU. Nope, that's that knife. That's the knife right there with that. SPY is still slightly green, going to the upside. All right, these Beyond puts, these Jones are putting. These Jones are putting. Those are the ones you want. Those are the ones you want. Yeah, you want them joints. Right now, I am looking at my journal, and I'm doing some calculations on some contracts right now because It's all about the data, how you interpret it, how you put it in, all that stuff. Okay, I think that is a good, maybe. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow, by the way. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. All right, it's 9:37. Market just opened at 9:30. We're keeping an eye out on all the parameters and everything. We have UVIX going down. With UVIX going down, we're going to see SPY. SPY is going to make its rotations. Okay, so the calls they were down a whole lot. And 72 is coming up quick. All right, they're renting those contracts. All right, so right now these calls are running up So we want to keep our eye out on the puts. We want to mark out and measure what's going on. No. Let's see how much they're going to want to rinse these puts out. Shoot, I was in the wrong place. There we go. Okay, awesome. There we go. This is where we want to look. And keep our eye out on these puppies. We have to be careful of the time. It's 9:40. Is this it? Maybe that 9:40 high day. That looks like 9:40 high day, maybe. Before I just, okay. I got you. Even that one. That's going to be the one. That's going to be the one right there. That's going to be the one right there. All right. So, maybe what is that? Whoa. This green, that's red. All right. Whoa. We're in 23. This is, this gap up. Whoa. All right, so this looks like high day, 6619. What time is it? Where is it? Oh, right there. 9:40. 9:40 high day. High of day. What was that? 669 what? 66919. All right. All right. It's 9:44. All right, we're going to the upside more. Are they going to go for it? It look like Beyond is picking up some steam. 2. We don't want to let that go. We're going to keep that. What is Tesla doing? Tesla is Tesla is going. All right, spike to the upside. Let's go. Shows look like we're breaking over there. What time is it? Can I just go for 15 minutes? 15 ticks. There's 15 ticks. They'll give us 13 ticks. That could change drastically. We're going to keep a tight stop loss for this. But I don't know. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Oh, look at Tessie. All right, so that's the new high day. 9-6. We're inching up some more. We're going to get the overall flow. So the overall flow in the market is up. You know, this is contention for all-time highs right here. We've been inching up all morning. They're going to probably let us hit all-time highs and then bring it down. That's what they are projecting. That contract only went up like $5. I mean, it's going to move up. If we move up that 3, I think we can get in there. No, no. I think I'm okay with that one. The overall direction is up. So let's focus on that up and forward. So take those up and forward. So, uh, my guess right now is we're going to get a pump maybe until 50, 10 minutes. They can't do that in 10 minutes. They can, but I mean, that would just be ridiculous. But, I think, yeah, you can stay right there. And then those cells are going to start triggering. I put some stop losses on something. Good morning if you are in chat. I am Chuck Charles. Nice to meet you. All right, let me get something in my ears now. The chart is going up. Just trade the chart. Everything else doesn't matter. All right. All right, right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the direction. Hmm. We're taking that off the table. I don't know. All right, we're gonna wait. I sold out of that contract. I didn't want too much money to go to waste. Like to go down. I mean, we can continue up. You know, we don't know. I don't have a. Only thing we can do is take our time, watch the charts, get some news in our ears, get more information, so then we can uh, make strong decisions in the correct direction. All right, 954. We could be doing that stair stepping thing upward that we did a couple Mondays. Oh wow, look at these guys. Yeah, you really just gotta wait. Oh my goodness. Minus 70%, 69%, 70%. Your direction. All right. 953, 670, 73. This is almost the same thing. 953, 53, dump down. So this is the high of day right there. We can maybe move that to 53. Same thing. I'm going to keep that right there. All right. All right. So that could have been. We can see this. The more we see this go up, the more the SPY is going to go down. So this is correlated. All three of these top ones are correlated. Let's get our eye on maybe some QQQ IWM. All right, so this. Oh, gap fill going to the downside. QQQ. Are you the same thing? Gap fill to the down. I don't see your gap. This is your open, right? Yeah, this is your open. You've been pumping since open. This tells a different story. This is just out the gate. That's you see, they make you wanna hour. We shook a little bit back there. Oh, a big one. That's QQQ. I was like, Halo spy. Home sales. That's what it was. 10 a.m. home sales. That's what it was. Home sales. I was like, man, there's a data point that. Mm. And we also have Trump at 3. What is this price? 699 on TNA. What is that? 73 cents. I think I'm going to probably start trading all day. I think what I want to do is separate my like my total, like my money, my trading money, and divide it into the different sectors of the day. So we have our morning session from like 9:30 to like 10:30, and then that's allotted for this amount of money, you know, um airs and all, and then the next set is, so I was just thinking about that. I think that'd be a pretty cool way to really um So we've been heading down ever since 9:53. What's going on? You know, if you want to know a trader and a content creator, are they doing all this talking, like preaching? Are they preaching to you? Like, what the? Or are you trading? Take a bite of my cold sandwich. I'm gonna keep that out. Mm, they got my freaking stop loss. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, so we have a structure change. Structure change in the market. I like that one. I like that one. All right, this is a new channel. We're waiting to see if we're going to break this high. Me personally, I'm bearish for the day. Anything can happen. But me, but you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to pivot. So I did sell my contracts out right here. You know, uh, a lot of them went up 50%, 30%. Um, so although I think we're bearish, I don't want to lose out on that value. Like the fuck, like what you mean? All right, it looked like a failed retest. Looks like a failed retest. Can we see it on the five? No, we really can't see it on the five. We can just see it on the one. So we ran up until 52, and then right there at 53, we've been dropping. So we've been dropping ever since 53. 53 dump. We ran it up until 52 right here. High day was actually 52, 52, 53. We dumped down and we're still dumping. We're overall bullish, but we have to be careful that there's a lot of things that's happening in between. So we're looking at that in between uh play. You see the four, what's that? The one, we green on the one, green on the four. Just this half an hour that we've been in have been red, because we've been red since 9:50 something. So that's how you read that stuff. Still red, still going, still red. All right. So we're going to short every pop. I think it's probably safe to short every. I hate saying that. I hate saying that. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta just pay attention. You just gotta watch it. Throw some stop losses. You're gonna sell some things along the way. I'm looking to do a big splash, but I don't know when and where I want to do it. Whoa! Look at that! Oh my God! I just missed that. I just missed it. Just missed it. What I wanted to buy. Wow! Just missed it. Damn. 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 Wow. All right. So here we go. So there's no reason why we should really trade, anything differently. We might want to be light. Entry matters because when you get in nice and early, you can you can handle some pressure, in those contracts. Wow, that's insane. I would have been shoot. That sucks. I missed that. There's this contract I seen for $20. $20, and as soon as I went to go hit it, it went up five $5. This could be that 1030 reversal. This is VWAP. It bounced off of VWAP. All right, this could be real. So this was a big structural change right here. 1020. Yeah, as soon as it went into that candle, we're about to hit 1030. Fuck. Goes up 2.3 and silver. So this is important because this can either be a breakout for here from here with all, but this is kind of telling right here. This is a long, slow grind down. But this can be the consolidation for another leg down. That's why this is so. This is the confirmation move. It's chilling out at this level, and we are teetering on the high end. Right now, the calls are definitely, well, it depends on where you got them. All right, Robin Hood just hit 131. That's kind of brutal. We are waiting for a move, up or downside. Just move so we can do something. All right, we had a clean channel going up in the morning. Then we went right back down. And now here we go right back. So maybe they coming in, trapped in all the bears. These contracts, they they double, triple already.
Together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects how deep and how far this investigation reached and the skill and the persistence it took to get here. That work uncovered a deliberate, technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. The organizers also enlisted well-known public figures, former and current NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, an NBA champion, and a Hall of Famer, to make the games appear legitimate. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades. Traditional mob enforcement methods combined with new technology to expand the reach of their operations. Now, with the unsealing of today's indictment, 34 individuals are facing charges including robbery, extortion, money laundering, wire fraud, bank fraud, and illegal gambling. I want to commend the outstanding work of our detectives from the Joint Organized Crime Task Force and their dedication to these cases, especially Captain Ruben Pagan, Sergeant Chris McGuire, Detective Alexander Creamer, Detective James McCullough, and of course our Chief of Detectives, Chief Kenny. As part of these investigations, our members recovered and reviewed thousands of hours of video, conducted extensive surveillance on illegal gambling locations across the city, and executed more than 24 search warrants on electronic records that revealed the true extent of this conspiracy. Once again, the work of our detectives, together with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, closed those gaps before they could widen further. The NYPD is proud to stand with each of you today, as these cases represent the kind of partnership that defines modern law enforcement agencies, sharing intelligence, coordinating resources, and moving as one team.
This is kind of
Thank
crazy.
you.
If anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask, now is the
Ooh,
time.
I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom.
I had a question about case. Is it the investigation into one case that lead into the discovery of the other? If you could talk more about the link between the two.
I'm not at liberty to discuss either the background of the investigation itself or the investigation as it continues. So I'm afraid I can't really explain to you other than the fact that both cases have been unsealed today, and there was an overlap that has been discussed already with respect to certain of the defendants.
Are any other NBA players?
Yes.
Jonathan Porter claimed that he had a gambling addiction. Did Rozier or Billups or Damon Jones claim the same thing at all?
With respect to any allegations or defenses that have been made by any of the defendants, they will have their opportunity to present them in court. We're not here to air those at this time or to discuss them. Yes.
You said the investigation is still ongoing. There seem to be several players referenced in the indictments, some that may have potentially passed on information. Is there the possibility of future arrests of NBA players in connection to the sports gambling operation specifically?
As I said, I can't discuss ongoing investigations. The investigation is ongoing, which by definition means that there will be further evidence uncovered at a minimum. And there's always that possibility, but I can't comment any further with respect to that. Yes?
Thank you. Director Patel, you had said in your comments, we're going to take heat for this case. Why do you say that, and what efforts might you take to counter that?
It's not popular to go after some of the defendants that we went after today, but justice is served blindly. And how do we countermand that? Simple. The unsealing of these indictments today shows the force of the Department of Justice and our great Attorney General and the leadership that we have at the FBI and the team here to specifically mete out justice. And look, let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is. That's why we are going to take heat. But as the evidence comes out, as the indictments are unsealed, you will see the extensive work these men and women put in, countless hours over years, and that's how we countermand it.
Director Patel, so the dates of these indictments that were filed are October 9th and October 16th. Can you talk about the timing of moving in now? Why now?
We will not publicly discuss the timing of when we do takedowns. I will only say that we do takedowns in a coordinated fashion with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney at the appropriate time to make sure that we ensure the integrity of the investigation, as the United States Attorney said, an investigation that is very much ongoing.
Director Patel, you said insider trading for the NBA. What are the implications of this case for other sports leagues and for the legal gambling industry in general?
Simple. If you're participating in the legal gambling industry, you got nothing to worry about. If you're participating in illegal conduct, you got everything to worry about, and this case shows it.
Did the illegal conduct cross with the legal sports betting platforms in any capacity? And if so, is that the search warrants that the police commissioner just referenced?
I'm not sure I quite understand your question. You're asking if the illegal conduct...
If it crossed with, like, the sports betting industry or the online sports betting industry.
The sports books themselves are victims in this case. They themselves did not, as far as our investigation is concluded, they did not perpetrate anything unlawful.
Are you able to say which sports books or online outlets they use to make these bets?
I'm not going to respond to that at this time, but that information will be made public. Yes.
All right, I'm back.
You identified the access point where
What's going on with this gambling joint? That's kind of crazy.
famous people to partake in the schemes?
When you say the access point,
They were able to recruit them?
I'm not sure which case you're referring to.
Both.
Well,
Rozier, how he was recruited, Damon Jones in the NBA scandal, and then Phillips for the poker game.
we're not at liberty to say that at this time. That will be revealed in...
The Americans make bets and mostly lose them. Are you concerned with a jury potentially not being sympathetic in a case where the victims, as you say, are these multi-million or billion-dollar gambling companies?
Let me repeat that all of the defendants themselves are presumed innocent. We believe that at a trial, when they have the opportunity to present their defenses if they chose, because they're not required to, we will come forward with the evidence to demonstrate their guilt. Yes?
I'm sorry. Did the NBA cooperate with this investigation at all?
The answer to your question is yes. The NBA has cooperated with the investigation. Yes, sir.
There's been reason to believe there's an associated college basketball element to this. Can you confirm that, or is there another investigation or part of this investigation that will affect college basketball?
The investigations that we announced today did not involve college basketball.
Last question.
Yes.
There was an emphasis on the Italian crime presence, organized crime in New York. Can you give us a sense of the strength and status of Italian organized crime in New York right now?
No, I'm sorry. That would be a question that goes beyond what we're here to discuss today, which is these two indictments. Thank you.
Everybody.
I was sitting in the kitchen puzzling. The phone rang, I answered it.
That's crazy. They were rigging poker games. They had cameras everywhere. That's crazy. That's insane. Do I got anybody in here? Nah. All right, back to the charts. Am I lagging? I hit a nasty lag spike back there. There's like no news. I think I turned the AC off. Here we go, right here. Damn, I missed that trade. That's a legit follow through. That was a big channel. Oh no, that wasn't a channel. Okay, okay, that's a channel right there. I missed that 668. I missed the 668. Yeah, we're going up. Mm. Trump can come in anytime, man, and just fuck the shit up. Mm. Oh. Mm. All right. All right. Today's a pretty quiet day. We just gotta wait. We got Trump at 3, so it's stuff like that that makes the news and everything go until later. Excuse me. All right. This is a break in structure going to the down. All right. Those puts are starting to change. All right, I'm looking at the five on the bottom on the left and the spy one up top. All right, so now we're looking for another channel through this right here. All right, let me roll something. Oh shoot. Huh? I'm still on. Yeah. What's up? What? I'll be right back. Let me see. What? What's up? Huh? Huh? We don't eat my food. I got food down there. Don't eat it. You didn't put it in there. Don't eat it. All right. Well, I'm not talking about that. Oh my god. All right. We got something in on the upside. Mm. All right. All right. I'm chilling out. I got some calls in going to the upside. Mm. Nah. I guess I'm gonna stay on. Trump cancels Putin meeting. I miss I missed the big play right here, right? Yeah. I missed this move. I missed that move right there. That was a big move right there. Mm. Ooh, that itches. Ooh, that was a good itch. You ever get a itch in your ear? Mm. W in the chat. Hey, we are trading. Well, I guess now we're waiting. All right, we're at that top again. We hit the same resistance levels the past few days. Wait, no, no, no. It was 73. It was at 73, but that's still $3. You know. All right, we just gotta wait. Whoa, this is aggressive. How sharp is this? That's rather sharp. That's a triple top. Oh, oh, oh. Mm. Big red. Big red. I'm just gonna wait. Mm, I'm definitely gonna wait. I'll be right back. Whoa. Sheesh. Nice rep. Nice rep. All right, today was a little bit more rough. We're bullish. We're definitely going bullish. All right, that's my usual alarm that goes off. Well, today was definitely dry for me. I don't think anything is gonna pop. Well, I'll be on tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, but tomorrow's definitely gonna be short. I have something that I gotta do. If you were listening the other day, you know what that was. But I will check you guys out tomorrow. Peace. Just dry today.